saying this. The obvious thing is that any kind of night in the life movie or any kind of the last one I'm thinking of that was really good was Go. American Graffiti, obviously. But one tends to associate. Now what? You want to move into that little alcove thing? Okay. You want to do that?
Sure. Whatever you want.
Sorry.
You want some help?
Could you grab the coffee?
Yeah, I'll grab the coffee.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see if you're going undergrad. Okay. What's the deal, man?
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
All right. I associate any ensemble film with late teens, early 20s, anybody in the early stage of life with broad strokes. I think most people do this. Broad strokes, underlined gags.
Yeah.
Always, surefire, crude humor. It's guaranteed. I mean, all but guaranteed. So it's really a shock when you see something as good as your film, which is not. It's telling, and the characters are well built, and it's honest, but it's never crude, and yet it feels true. I don't feel it's faked. It doesn't feel written. Very nice work.
Thank you.
So you're coming from a tradition of, bottom of the barrel, low ball crudeness, and yet you're making something that has finesse. So
Yeah, I wanted to try and use the sort of maybe the cliches of that genre and and the sort of staples of them, and I tried to put all of those things in the film, but they're very but I did them in a different way. All the things that would have turned into the big joke or or a character being a caricature.
Right.
I tried to make it. I tried to sort of turn it around and
right.
twist it in some way so that it felt a little bit more genuine or more simple. The way that those things were for me, they were never they were often like that
right.
big crazy event. It was something smaller that that meant something more to me.
Right.
I guess so.
Little details popping up in my head as I listen to you. If I were with a group of friends watching a movie, and I wanted to go into a closet and jack off, I don't think I'd take a magazine with me. I use my vivid imagination. Anyway, that's funny.
Yeah, definitely.
I love the. You're going to forgive me with the names, but the kid who's obviously great. We have music now. The kid who looks like Anton from Star Wars. I mean, from Star Trek. He looks like him.
You're talking about the Rob? You're talking about
in the market in the beginning. The sensitive guy who doesn't want to go out with a blonde because she has phone numbers on her arm.
Yes, Rob. Yeah.
We can't remember the last name of the actor I'm trying to think of.
You're talking about Marlon Morton. You mean the actor that
he resembles. It's not coming to me.
I can't think of his name.
Anyway. I wouldn't back off because a girl has phone numbers. Every girl has phone numbers.
Yes.
If she's blonde and pretty, she's going to be hit on all her life. So what's the problem?
Well,
what does he think? She's going to be waiting for him like a perfect virgin or something?
I think that's what the character is dealing with. That moment is this sort of ridiculous ideal.
Yeah.
But I don't know about you, but there were points in my life where I had a complete misunderstanding of how things were actually going to be, and so I think those to me were some of the bigger moments in growing up where when I allowed myself to be disappointed by things or expected them to be one way and they were right. Another, and if I think he should have kissed the girl in the stairwell, but he doesn't, and I think when we're honest, there are times when we make that mistake, or we for whatever reason we're so caught up in what we want or how we expect something to be that we miss some really amazing opportunities in life because they're not perfect for us. But like, it's about learning that maybe they're not going to be.
You know, now that you say this, I'm remembering that when I was 17, I had my first significant night of amour with a woman who was 23.
Yeah.
Much older.
Yeah.
Like, oh my goodness, you know. And I felt that somehow that she was a soiled woman, a woman of compromised virtue. So therefore I couldn't relate to her the next morning. I wanted to be with the pure 17-year-old, you know, you know, and I was just as clueless as you know. We're all there. So it's honest. That's why I believe. That's why I believe this film. It's really honest. So
thank you.
And the other thing that you notice, of course, in all teen comedies, all teen dramas, even Go, is very much ratcheted and pushed along by stuff that they're trying to accomplish and are doing in order to achieve goals, like get back the drugs or sell drugs so they can pay the rent money. And there's none of that going on here either, which is another, you know, honorable.
Or as little as possible.
Yeah, as little as possible, yeah. Everybody kind of just living in the in mood and whim and longing, but
I mean, for me, it was more about the feelings and the small moments, as opposed to I didn't want it driven by plot.
Right.
I was trying to do something that didn't have to be, and that hopefully people are still engaged with and move through.
Right.
And, you know, that I think that's kind of hard, but I feel like I'm happy with how it turned out and how it moves along based on people's feelings and connections to people, and it's about, you know, just people sitting together, and you know, maybe the boy wants to kiss the girl, and will they? And it's about those tiny little things.
Right. It's a little bit outside of Detroit, or way outside of Detroit, where you shot it.
We filmed mostly in the suburbs of the city, and a little bit in the city, and then also in Ann Arbor. Ann Arbor
is, and that's a fairly good distance from.
That was a little further away. That was more some of the school stuff with, you know, the twin, the Scott and Twin storyline.
So when you say a little, is it just outside of the city? Just because one has the association of Detroit being this blighted, wasted, economically depleted land.
Some of it's just outside the city.
It's just that it looks fairly placid. It looks like Thornton Wilder, small town America. You know.
But a lot of the Metro Detroit area is like that. I mean, that's where I grew up, and you know, that's why we went there. Is I wanted it to look like those neighborhoods, and no, it's the way it looks, and a lot of some of the city is it's really rough, and even some of, you know, with the recession, it's really hard. But that's the way it looks, and it's funny because it was important for me for it to have that that sort of regional feel, but it's been nice to see that people from all over are able to connect to it and do see their own towns in that in the Detroit area. I think that's nice also for the Detroit area. People feel that way. Because it is counter to the sort of more I think sometimes a negative view that's often is portrayed in media.
Well, I got to go to the screening soon, and I can't go beyond 9 minutes, so I got to wrap it up. But it was, I'll just say on camera again, it's an excellent film, much as good as James Rocky. You know James Rocky?
Yeah.
He saw it and told me, you know, it's as good as what I was told and then some.
Oh, wonderful.
So
thank you very much.
So I really hope that people pick up on it.
Yeah, thank you.
And what date again?
Pardon?
Is it coming out? There's no release date? Looking for distributors.
Exactly.
Sorry. I just forgot that.
Looking for distribution.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Thank you.